And can you hear me? Let me know down below if you can hear me, if anybody is here on this special Friday evening. It's good to be back. I know I have been gone for a while, but you know what the best thing is? Or I feel is that if you've been following this little channel of ours, you know exactly what to do. We have been spending more than a year to prepare for what is bound to come. Poised to happen. ETH 15,000. Anyway, today I thought we should talk a little bit about the market psychology. Now, I know that we have been spending a lot of time on looking at Wyckoff, and I thought today we're gonna make it a little more simple, but it doesn't mean that it is less important. We're gonna be looking at not the Wall Street cheat sheet. We created our own cryptocurrency cheat sheet. So we're gonna be going through the emotions of let's say retail investors. We're gonna go a little bit into where we are with Wyckoff. We're gonna look at what the market has been doing in the past month, and that's about that. So I think it's time to start, and I think it goes a little something like this. I want to welcome you to Crypto Never Sleeps. In case you're new to this channel and you want to stay on top of the crypto world, well then do me a favor. Smash and subscribe and all them goodies so that you can be notified every time we upload new videos. My name is Nico Arachi, and I am the host of Crypto Never Sleep. Here we go. So first of all, as always, we are gonna be looking at the Big Four. And we're looking at the 1 hour, we're looking at Bitcoin, where the price is at 37,172, up 2.5% for the day. That's not bad, up almost 1,000, almost 1,000. We got Cardano at 0.37, up 5.6%. And we got Ethereum up 3.15% for the day. And then we got Polkadot, a beautiful dot, up 7.6%. Of course, when we look here, the reason why I like to look at the 4 is always to, there's a certain level of market manipulation where we usually can see that the charts are identical. However, if we look today, no. Obviously, if we look at Cardano and we look at Polkadot, very identical. If we look at Ethereum, different, right? Very different. I like it. I like it a lot. You can also see in terms of volume, it's a little bit different. But it's funny when we look at Bitcoin, right? It is more or less identical to Cardano and Polkadot. And let's have a look here at Bitcoin. I'm a technical genius here. No, when we look, a sign is a sign, and we've been always following. We like to look at the weekly and using the purple 7-day moving average. And again, we have been, 4 weeks ago that we passed through the 7-day moving average. And I always think if we close above that, that's probably a good sign. And we can see we have been steadily increasing in price. There is, of course, one big problem, and that is that we're seeing lack of volume. I mean, the volume is very, very low, which also means it is easier to manipulate the market in one or the other way. If we look at Ethereum, it also looks pretty similar. Anyway, let's go and see if anybody is here. Is anybody here? I doubt it, right? I've not been live for so long, and I fear nobody's here. Please, somebody be here. At least 10 of you guys. And let's see, are there any lions here? We got 22 lions. I mean, this is almost like this is too good to be true. We got Dan here, we got Blockchain Betty. Of course, Betty is here. Where's Jerry? We got Ron Jeremy, good to see you. Happy to see you. And we got CryptoBurger. Solana is, I gotta say, Solana is it's a pleasant surprise. It's a very pleasant surprise. Unfortunately, we are more invested into radium, but that has also been really doing good. But this is really for soul. Sandra, lots of love to you. Raymond, lots of love to you too. And we got Kevin Force, good to see you. Blockchain Bully, yeah, you're my main lion. What do you say, Blockchain Bully? Is Wyckoff wrong? Are we going to go down, hit the 12? And thank you so much. Thank you. You were all missed. And Vex, my dear friend. Oh, I'm happy to see the main lions are here. And that really makes me happy. I missed all of you too. You know that, with my traveling and going and seeing my kids, haven't been able to do so many live streams. I hope now in the next week here we can push through with doing some daily live streams, especially now when the market is picking up. It is simply much more fun, right? I think we can all agree on that. So let's move on and see. Yeah, let's look, because I mean it's been a while since we really had so many good things to talk about and look at. So let's just quickly scroll down here. I mean, if we look, green. We got, what I did here, well, let's just scroll down. We got Bitcoin up 2.8%, Ethereum this last 24 hours, Ethereum 3%. Binance 3%, and then we got Solana up 25%, and over 7 days, 38% is quite remarkable. It is remarkable, right? We got Cardano up 6%, Doge 5%. What's going to happen with Doge? 6%, Chainlink 5%. You see, what I always like to do is that there's always, usually when we see, it doesn't matter if we see a move in the market to the upside or to the downside. Usually, and this is also where manipulation comes in, there's always some figures that we will be able to see on an occurring number. And I think it's around 5 to 6% we're going to hear a lot of today. But anyway, Bitcoin up 2, Ethereum 3, Binance 3, then we got Solana 25, 6 Cardano, 5 Doge, 6 Chainlink, 5 Polygon, 6 Polkadot, Avalanche 17. It's nice to see those that are really breaking out, especially the ones with large market cap, right? Avalanche 17. We got Shiba Inu 5. Then we got Bitcoin Cash almost 4, Stellar 3, Uniswap 7, 6 to Filecoin, Hedera, like it, almost 9. We got Casper that we didn't get in, but that's very interesting. And one of you lions actually told me to look further into that. We didn't get that coin, but I think Casper has been really on the move. VeChain 7%, 19% to Injective Protocol, Optimism 8, Aave 4, Thorchain Rune has really been doing good in the past month. 8% there, MakerDAO only 1.8, Quant 2.65, the Graph, Theta 13.5. Theta has really been taking off. 5 to Algorand and 6 to Decentraland, 13 to Phantom, and Synthetics 8. Anyway, we could go on and on, but it is a curve 14. Well, Terra Classic, I mean, we have it on the list here, but I don't think that's too much to be looking at. What I did do here on the Masari watch list, I thought it's interesting because we can here go in and we can also not only see 24 hours, 7 days, and also we can also see 30 days and a year. So this is the list of the coins that we are holding in Betty's portfolio. Just remember, everything I say and do should not be considered financial advice, because I know shit about crypto. And remember, I own nothing. Pretty happy. Betty, she owns everything. But since it's been a while that we were talking to each other, let's go in and look at 30 days. So which coin, at least here in our portfolio, is the coin that has performed the best? Now, the big coin, of course, is Solana and Thorchain Rune. So over 30 days, we see Solana up 148. We see Thorchain Rune up 147. I mean, it really looks like Thorchain Rune. That was my favorite coin of 2021. It just might it just be the favorite coin of 2024. Thank God that we are still holding. Injective Protocol up 146 over 30 days. Illuvium 133. Radium, as I said, we're not really holding a lot of SOL, but Radium we are heavily invested, 129%. Happy to see that. Then we got Ether Risk, right? Insurance moving. Very interesting, 112 over the last 30 days. Well, I know that all of you can go in and you can also look at these numbers. Another one that I really love is the Graph. Only 65% over the last 30 days. But wow, if we look here over a year, we can see injective, what do we see? Injective protocol, 914%. Wow, right? Anyway, Umbrella here has been the best performing. Funny enough, and there was a time when I was asked, what do you think about Umbrella? And I said, I really don't know. However, there's been some good news from Umbrella and Oracle, very small market cap, as you can see here. If we go in and look, let's look at, if we look at a 1 year chart, you can see we had, let's just go in and look at all. So you see it came from almost $2 down to, 0.018, still down 98%, even though it's been going up, so much in the past 30 days. A market cap of 5 million, nothing. However, some of the news were, now this here was already on October the 25th, and that is that Umbrella, they were partnering with Hatom, I don't know how you say it. Now, it's funny about this piece of news is, so, in the wake of Umbrella's Multiverse X mainnet launch and the electrifying energy of X-Day, Multiverse X continues to expansion to provide critical services to the growing ecosystem. What happened here was that Umbrella were partnering up with Hatom, and Hatom is Multiverse X largest lending and liquidity protocol. So, that's good. Now, I don't know if you know what the Multiverse X is. Well, it's the old Elrond, and Hatom is the largest DeFi protocol within the Multiverse X ecosystem. Now, I gotta be honest with you. I'm not, I'm not sure that I, would be very, very, I don't have high, let's say, thoughts about Elrond, and also not about their Hatom. But what I do like about this partnering is that this is basically Umbrella being recognized as a good tool, a good oracle. And a second piece of news that came out from Umbrella was that they are partnering with DeFi Edge. And this actually, I think this even came out here. This came out November 1st, very recently. And so they're also partnering up with DeFi Edge. Obviously, you can read up on that, what that is. And so I don't want to go too much into it. But we are seeing here, I really think that the main thing we can take out of this is that Umbrella has been able, not, of course, they don't have clients like Chainlink, but it looks like that at least they can establish themselves. So I think that was some good news. I think it's also we got to talk a lot about this, but let's just enjoy it for today. Not so many more news about specific coins, but it's good to see. Storj, decentralized storage, also in the last 7 days, 73% and 86 over 30 days. It's funny to see that we are seeing specific coins, not, when we see Storj, which is decentralized storage, well, we can see the RVF also equal 90% over 30 days. But if we look at some other decentralized storage tokens, they haven't been able to generate the same amount of returns. So what we're really going to see now is we're going to see the true market leaders taking off and leaving the rest behind. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting how this is going to evolve. But guys, let's go in and I want to touch up, as I said, today we're going to talk about the Wall Street cheat sheet. But first, I want to go quickly into an update of the Wyckoff analysis. So you see, this is what we were talking about last time, right? We saw why this is where we ended, and you can see this yellow arrow here. Up here, this is where Bitcoin is now, right around 37,000. So if we were to go in and look at the phase, let's just go in and look at phase D and E. Quickly recap on that. So we can see here, in phase D, if we are correct in our analysis, what should follow is the consistent dominance of demand over supply. I guess we're seeing more demand than supply. This is evidenced by a pattern of advances, signs of strength on widening price spreads and increasing volume. Now the volume is not really there, but as well as reactions to last point of support on smaller spreads and diminished volumes. During phase D, the price will move at least to the top of the trading range of the last point of support. And in this phase, are generally excellent places to initiate or to add to profitable long positions. So if we look here, we got phase D. We certainly did go up to the height of the trading range, slightly back, and then probably would have been a good time to enter. Now I believe we are in phase E, because what happens in phase E? In phase E, the price leaves the trading range that we have seen now. We are beyond, above the trading range, especially from phase A, B, C, and D. Demand is in full control and the markup is obvious to everyone. I would say it's obvious to everyone. And setbacks such as shakeouts are usually short-lived. New higher level trading ranges comprising both profit-taking and acquisition of additional coins, reaccumulation by large operators, can occur at any point in phase E. Basically meaning at any time, we can see that more demand is going to come in from institutional investors. These trading ranges are sometimes called stepping stones on the way to even higher price targets. And you know, when we talk about large operators that can occur at any point in phase E, that leads me to the piece of news that we saw here from BlackRock. Right? Wait, I just need to have here a sip of my White Bahama Mama. So this came out 21 hours ago. BlackRock's spot Ethereum ETF plan is confirmed after Nasdaq filing. So BlackRock registered its iShares Ethereum Trust in Delaware. The first hint that a filing for a spot Ether ETF is imminent. I mean, I think there's nothing else to say. This is also why I said I do believe we're going to see Ethereum hitting 15,000 somewhere between 2025 and 2030. Anyway, I don't want to go in and read this article because this is something we all can do by ourselves. So let's go back and go in to, let's say, a more fun piece of market psychology. So Betty, she was so kind to take this Wall Street cheat sheet and turn it into a cryptocurrency cheat sheet. So look at the chart here, because we used this chart, and this is from Bitcoin's last cycle. From the last cycle when we were hitting around 20,000. I mean, look how identical they look. And of course, this is going one-to-one to the current cycle. So it is very, very up to date. If we look at the current cycle, the only reason why we didn't use it yet is, let's just go in here and look for a second. Here we go. Boom. This is the current, and if we use the current, you can see there's kind of like an M. So it is simply, I just thought it was more. It's more identical. Let's say it's much more identical when we use the Bitcoin from last cycle, basically one-to-one. Anyway, so let's start. So this is the chart, and you can see here when we start the bull market, let's say, there's this belief. This rally is going to fail like all others. I mean, I think we know that feeling, especially when we started, right? As we go up, a recovery is possible. It is possible. Hope, right? Hopium. As we move up, optimism. This rally is real. Let's get on. Let's get on with it. Then there's belief. This time, now it's time to get fully invested. I hope you can read it. It's not too small. Anyway, that's why I'm reading it loud. Time to get fully invested as the market keeps going up, as we are seeing also the psychology of the taxi drivers and the milk ladies and the power of the media saying now is a good time. Now is a good time. What do newbies, new investors, new retail investors say to themselves? Well, they're thrilled. I will buy much more on margin. I will even sell grandma. And I gotta tell everyone to buy. Everyone I know. And everyone that doesn't know, they're gonna start looking at you as a star. or maybe they did in the past. Then we get the true euphoria. I'm a genius. We're all gonna be rich. Now I'm gonna tell you, I mean, this is the Wall Street cheat sheet. And when I read it, I forgot about this cheat sheet. When I read about it, I remember myself back in when was it? In the .com bubble. I was one-to-one feeling, going through all these emotions. The worst thing was, because now, right, we are genius. We're at the stage. We feel invincible. And I remember at that time, when was it, back in the 1999 at the .com bubble, I had taken, at that time, the internet didn't work so good, so you couldn't take margin. So I had to take in margin with my bank, and you got to fill out lots of papers. And damn, did that end bad. This is also why I say it's 23 years ago that I lost everything I had. Thank God at that time I didn't have a lot. Well, now I also don't have anything, but I'm pretty happy. Anyway, so the next slide here, then you're starting to go down, but there is complacency. We just need to cool off. We need to cool off because the rally will continue. And if you go in and you ask somebody like BitBoy, he also follows this pattern. Almost 99.9999%. Anyway, we move on. We go a little bit further down. That's when anxiety kicks in. Why am I getting margin calls? This dip is taking much longer than expected. Sure is. Not knowing that we haven't even ended the bear market. Denial. My investments are with great coins, great companies. They're gonna come back. Sure they will. Panic. Shit. Everyone is selling. I need to get out. I need to sell at the low. That's why I'm saying most of new retail investors buy high, sell low. I know you and I, we don't do that, thank God. And then when we go further down, basically down to where the whole thing started, I'm getting 100% of the market or out of the market. I can't afford to lose more. This is exactly what I went through. Then, of course, next one comes anger. Who shortened the market? Why did the government allow this to happen? Of course, we get angry at everybody else except ourselves, right? And this just keeps going. Depression. My retirement is lost. My little fortune at that time. How am I going to pay for all this new stuff? I'm an idiot. And what happens then is that you go into hibernation. And if you got a wife, a girlfriend, parents, they're going to say, you are an idiot. And I don't want to hear any more about your investments. When the market then starts to move, there is disbelief. Most of the newbies, they're not even there to watch it. And anyway, they think that this is a sucker's rally. So here it is. We took this, and in case any one of you want this slide, let me know. I think Betty, she did a good job. And if we go in now, let's go in and look at Bitcoin today, because I feel there's a lot of similarity. Look at this. So if we scroll out like that, and we can see, maybe even take this down a little bit. It does look pretty much similar, doesn't it? Look here. Right? We got the up, we go down, and now is the time for, the time was even a few months ago to get in. Anyway, I think all of you who are here, you know exactly that this is the pattern, or, we've been timing the market pretty right. I do believe that it's only a matter of time until we're going to go through the previous all-time high. And I do believe that we're going to see Bitcoin at around 250,000, somewhere between 2025 and 2030. Anyway, let's go to the chat and see if anybody has anything to say.